talk about specific topics. We're here at the Maryland Women's Heritage Center, and we want to thank them for letting us shoot Teen Scene here. Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that clip. So, you all probably have your own heroines in your own personal life. Would you like to talk about them?
My heroines are my parents because they handle a lot and they can do it. I don't know how they do it. They help me, they guide me. They kind of inspire me because being a teenager and everything, it's just really hard.
Yeah.
For me, it's my older sister because she's gone through all of this stuff already, so I know that she'd always be there for me if I needed help or questions or anything like that, and she's just really inspirational.
Yeah, there are just so many heroines in my life that it's hard to pick just one, but I would have to say one of my many heroines would have to be my sister, who's sitting right over there in the purple shirt. She is always very sociable and open with her friends, and it can be really hard for me. I can be a non-sociable person, and she's always an example. She always has a good attitude, even in hard situations, and it's just very inspiring.
That's very good. So, do the rest of you have any heroines?
Yeah, but there's a lot to think about, and I just can't think of one.
Yeah, there's a lot of really healthy role models out in the world right now.
I think that the heroines that I don't know would be some of my favorite singers.
Like who?
Like Katy Perry and Kesha. They just tell me to be who I am and never change because you're this way and you just shouldn't change for anyone else except for yourself.
Be yourself. Yeah. Anyone else?
Well, my grandma Jill, she has gone through so many things. She's really inspiring. She went, even at her older age, and she went to go get her doctorate degree. She went to Africa and taught little kids. She went to all these different places to help people, and I think that's really inspiring to me.
So you'd really like to follow her example?
Yes.
So do either of you have any heroines?
I do. My uncle is really inspiring because he travels to all different parts of Africa to fight malaria, and that's really inspiring to me.
How about you?
Yes. My mom, she's inspiring because she puts through so much to try and make things happen for me, and she just does so much that I would have to do something really, really big just to thank her for that.
That's great that you have that. Okay, everybody, we'll be right back with Teen Scene. Welcome back from the break. So, do any of you have any other issues you want to talk about?
Well, for me, I think a big issue for a lot of teens is cyberbullying and bullying through cell phone or internet, email, because a lot of people get really rude comments and stuff like that, and a lot of people just don't do anything about it. And I think you should really do something about it and tell someone or figure out who the person is or something like that.
Yeah, that's what gets me angry. It's just these people don't care about what they're doing, and they could just end up killing themselves, and they don't even care. And the police, they can't do anything because it could be different people using fake names and stuff. So and it's over the internet. They can't track that back, and it's like these people, they don't care. So when that person, if if they're under so much pain, they just say, I just can't deal with this anymore. But really, the right thing to do is tell someone, because if you want it to stop, then you can't stop it by yourself. I mean, everyone's calling you names and stuff. You can't do that. If they won't listen to you, so you really need to get an adult and ask for help.
Yeah, I think a major issue is that the rule of being a tattletale is so ingrained in the lives of all the kids today that they're afraid to tell when something's happening, because a major percentage of people who are bullied do not tell, and that can lead to situations like at my high school. There was a guy who had been bullied, and he told a few people, but nothing was really happening, and he committed suicide.
That's terrible.
So it's really, really important to tell others, and don't be afraid to, because your life is more important than just telling a lie.
And that's really important, because your life is more valuable than that. The kids don't understand that. The kids that are bullying, they just don't really care. Like I said before, they just think that it's just a joke, and it's not going to hurt them. And then when they end up hurting themselves or trying to hurt themselves, it's like they don't even think, wow, I really shouldn't have done that. I'm really sorry. They just keep doing it until it just gets way out of control. And like I said, they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and I think like most bullies are jealous. They're like really feel jealous about that, so that's why they show like mean emotions to you and like are rude, because they're jealous of you and they might want something that like you have and they don't have. And
yeah, like the bullies, they just want to make themselves feel better than by putting other people down. Like, it's just not right.
Yeah, and when it comes to bullies, I don't like judging other people, so I can't judge why a person is doing something. But it all goes back down to your roots and where you come from and the situations that you're in, because that bully could have been bullied. And they could have situations at home that are affecting them in that way. So that goes back to having role models in your life and controlling your own situation.
Yeah, like usually, like you said, they probably got hurt once in their life and they just want to take it out on someone. Usually someone that's smaller than them that can't hit back, or that they're like, oh, they're just like one person, they're just someone small, they will get over it. But it really does hurt someone. And if it starts at them at their young age, they're probably going to go bully someone too.
I mean, these bullies, they don't think about it. Like, if these bullies feel small and they're bullying smaller people and they say that they'll get over it, well, if they're already smaller than you, how will they get over it?
That's a really good point.
Because they have more time. At a younger age, they have more time to think about how they're getting hurt and stuff. So it's just not a good thing.
Yeah. Honestly, like, bullies, I believe that they bully other people because they feel like most of the time the people, they don't tell other people that they're getting bullied because they feel, oh, I could just brush it off. And I think the bullies, they admire that about the person, that they have the guts to
They want to keep persistent.
Yeah, and that's why if you're getting bullied or you see someone getting bullied, you need to stand up to them. And usually if people start standing up to them, they'll stop because they're like, oh, more people are like realizing that I'm bullying them and it can get me in trouble. So, and it's hurting people, so I probably should stop.
That's a really interesting point. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back from the break. So how do you girls think that we could be role models ourselves?
I think that we can be role models ourselves by the way we talk, like not using foul language, the way we dress, being modest in our appearance, always good-mannered, not getting after someone or being jealous, like controlling our own emotions, and respecting ourselves, because people do watch you. And a lot of the people who are being bullied and who have low self-esteem do watch you and try to be like you.
Yeah, I think that we can, just please ourselves and just try to be yourself. Don't change for anybody. And I think that will really inspire some girls, because if they're trying to change who they are, they shouldn't, because they're perfect the way they are.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think that like you should definitely respect yourself and like be happy with like yourself, and like try to like embrace who you are.
I think we could be good role models by like thinking about what we do before we do it. Like, you know how if you're like upset about something and then you just feel like you want to do something, and then if you do it, you look back and you're like, whoa, why did I do that?
To learn from mistakes.
Yeah, to know that your decisions do make a difference in other people's lives.
And I think that you shouldn't be in a gang. It's good to have a group of friends, just not a gang. And if you're in a gang, you should get out of a gang, because if they act bad and if they, disrespect themselves, then you will act bad and you will disrespect yourself. And that isn't right. That's not fair to yourself.
And a gang can be anything from just a group at school who does a certain thing, out of school where they do criminal acts or
Around the
stuff.
neighborhood.
Just like cliques.
Yeah, cliques can't be considered gangs because you're excluding others and you're acting a certain way that's not a positive effect on others.
I mean, they could be a good thing too. Like, you could have your own little group of friends. I have a little group of friends too. It's not, I never consider the fact that we act that way.
Yeah, as long as you're not like putting other people down, it's good to have friends
Right.
and people that support you with what you do and not put you down and put others down.
That's
Basically,
sometimes,
bad gang.
like, people don't know the difference between a group of friends and like a clique or gang, because they feel like if you're with a group of friends and then you do something like mean to someone else, you just brush it off. You're like, okay, we're friends. And then if you try to like not do it, you think about like how will they think of me now?
Yeah, because they'll say,
Will we
oh, I
still
thought
be
you were my
friends?
friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you should be nice to everyone you meet. Even if they've done you something wrong, you should forgive and forget and just act like nothing happened. Try to be everyone's friends. It's bad to exclude people because then they feel like, oh, no one wants me to be their friend, so.
Yeah, and that happens at school a lot. There are new people coming in all the time, and there are people who have just been excluded since elementary school. You should always bring them in. You should always notice them. Like, I think from now on, I think we'll notice people, because I've seen people sitting at lunch tables by themselves or just not talking with anyone. I think a good thing that we can all do, and even our viewers can do, is go up and talk to that person and invite them to come and sit with you. I mean, no harm, no foul.
Exactly. And, it, like you said, it's just the little things you do. I mean, that little thing that you did to invite them to sit with you or to sit down and talk to them, that can give them like self-esteem, and they can build off of that.
Something I wanted to add to that is sometimes people judge people based on what they've heard about them, and I think it's really important not to do that.
Like, find out for yourself.
Yeah, get to know them. Don't judge them just because somebody called them a name or something, because that just makes you just as bad.
Rumors are usually untrue that people that are mad at that person make up.
That's why they're
That-
rumors.
Yeah. So you should get to know the person more, like go talk to the person, and that's how you really find out who a person is.
Yeah, don't judge anyone by the way they look. Like, I have some friends that dress really weird, and like I love them so much. They're like my sisters, and I never judge them. And another thing that gets me mad is that how people put themselves down. Like they're like, oh, I'm fat, and oh my gosh, I hate how my hair is, and I look ugly and everything. I hate that. It just gets me so mad, and they're so pretty.
It's sad to see that and see people with low self-esteem, but the best you can do is reach out and see that they're beautiful and let them know.
Yeah, and I think that like you don't have to like love everybody, but I think you definitely have to respect everybody and like respect who they are and like who they want to be and stuff.
Even if they look like the ugliest person in the world, it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
I think people shouldn't judge people by the way they look or the way they act or something, because if you get to know them, they might actually be a really good person. And I think that
Now, I think it's important, like, what the kids think about other kids, but I think it's also important what parents think about, you know, the children and what they're doing, because apparently, obviously, it was different when they went to school, but, you know, it's important for them to know.
Yeah, and I think, to add on what you said, that the only way for them to know and not really pry into your business for themselves, which can get us on the defensive, is talk with them, be open with them. Have family outings where you just talk, or sit at the dinner table and just have pleasant conversations. Create a good friendship with your parents, because they are there to raise you and they really do care about you.
Yeah, I think like an important thing is that if you have like a really good relationship and you have a good like trust with your parents, they can definitely like always be there for you and like know that like you're telling the truth and you're not lying and stuff like that.
because they'll help you.
Well, thank you all for being here, and thank you for watching Teen Scene. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Hope you enjoyed the Teen Scene. See you next time.